Shalom and welcome to Students of Torah. This year is entitled Parshat Teruma, History or Halacha. There's many Parshats in the Torah, and it's easy to divide them as two categories. Read about the Parsha of the man, the Jews collecting the man in the Midbar. So it's history. There's very important lessons that we learn from the man. Emunah, Bitachon, and Hashem, and other ideas as well. But it's not halacha. There's no halacha of the man, of how we eat man today. There is no man today. It's history. We might have commemoration with the covering the challah on Shabbat, but it's a historical parsha. The Jews were burnt by the serpents, and then they put one on the stick and they looked at it. So that's also history, and we learn from it. Then you have Hilchot Tefillin, that clearly is one of the Tayag mitzvot. Shema, Tayag mitzvot. Shabbat, Tayag mitzvot. So you have halacha, have history. And each parsha that you read, you more or less know what it is. Parshat Teruma. Is that history? We learn about how they built the Mishkan in the desert. Where is that halacha? And that is halacha that applies to us today. So it's fascinating. It's actually a machloket how to learn this parsha. Rambam says, "V'asuli Mikdash v'shachanti b'tocha," is a mitzvah d'oraita. It's one of the 613 mitzvot to build a Mikdash. The chinuch follows the Rambam as he usually does, and he counts it as a mitzvah. Interestingly enough, you'd think once the Rambam counts making the Mikdash into a mitzvah, as a mitzvah, what about the menorah, the shulchan, the mizbeach, that each one should be a separate mitzvah? Interestingly enough, the Rambam says it's all one mitzvah. Vasulin Mikdash. And what is a Mikdash? Mikdash is the structure that has the mizbeach and the shulchan, the menorah. The Kesef Mishnah and the opening comment on Hilchot Beit Avchir on the Rambam says that the smag does not count this as a mitzvah. He learns the idea of building Mikdash from elsewhere, another place in the Torah. Therefore, according to the smag, this parsha is a historical parsha of how the Jews, right after Sinai, we received the Torah, we went right on to build the Mishkan, and it's a beautiful historical parsha. The Rambam, in terms of the count of the mitzvah, is more well known, and that's the shita that many take as the mitzvah, the shita, and namely that there is a mitzvah to the Mikdash. And therefore, many who maintain that today we have a chiyuv to build the Mikdash, we're going according to that Rambam on the pasuk v'asuli Mikdash, while others may learn it from other sources. Shalom.